Today we're spot on with the autumn theme, cleaning up leaves or clearing up leaves with these broomsticks. So if you fancy making these, do be sure to watch the video. So you can see this one is going perfectly. They're a little bit fiddly, but you can have a lot of fun with them. So here's one that went really well. This is when they all started falling apart. So it just needs a little bit of patience, but let me take you step by step. Are you looking for fresh lunchbox ideas? Are you wanting some quick, easy hacks to get the kids eating their lunchboxes again? Then you stumbled across the right channel. This is Lunchbox World. I'm Caroline, I'm the Lunchbox lady, and today I'm going to show you a really quick, easy idea using this yumbox lunchbox. But you know, these ideas, they adapt to whatever lunchbox you have, but I will put the links below so that you can check any of the kit out that I use. But anyway, let's just get to the idea. Let's go. So today we're using the Yumbox original with its 6 compartments. I did find these really cute serviettes which are autumn leaf inspired, so you know, I love this time of year with the leaves falling off the trees, and you could even make this for a keen gardener or someone that just loves the outside. It's a really fun activity to do with whoever you've got at home with you. You just need these cheese strings, you need the salty sticks, and you need some chives that help tie it all together. And today we're trying out these hog roast inspired rolls, which if you look really closely at the ingredients, they're just perfect for this time of year, with the sage and the apple and the pork, and I think there's a little bit of cider in those as well. So do check them out in the supermarkets or find similar things that are just perfect for this kind of season, you know, when you're eating. I really like the combination of pork and apple. It just makes me think of cozy days by the fire and candles twinkling and things like that. Anyway, so we've got one of these cheese strings, and I'm using a knife here, but you could easily tease it apart with just your fingers, but we're making it into a bit of a broom head. So you know, you could easily make this for Halloween, or it could be, as I say, for a keen gardener, or just a bit of fun with witches and broomsticks and, you know, autumn leaves and all of those good things. So we've split this into 3, and we're just going to repeat this for each broom head. I don't know, I do everything in 3s, maybe because I've got 3 kids, but also as a florist you tend to do things in 3s or 5s. Just because you need to do it in odd numbers. So this cheese string was perfect for splitting into 3. So you tease it out, and you can see the more fun you have with it, the more, you know, I love playing with food. So do make sure that you check the link above for all of the food art ideas. I think it's just really nice to get creative and see what you can make out of nothing, really. Because you could easily use these cheese string heads for sort of funny people's heads and stuff like that. So watch this space, there'll be lots more ideas like that coming on the channel. As I get some time off closer to Christmas, I'll be making lots and lots of Christmas ideas, so do make sure you subscribe and like the channel and like the video if you do. So we've got these salty sticks. Now I think you can get these in Aldi and Lidl, most supermarkets. I found these ones in Tesco. They've got a Polish area, and you just have to sort of just tease it onto the end. Don't push it too far in, but you can see it looks like a broom head. This one's split, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter because you can just tie it together with a chive, wrap it around, and then just tie it in a little knot if you can. Now, I don't know why these chives started splitting a little bit, but anyway, you just tie it again. I tried with a different bit. This one was much better. So I think you've got to get the less thick leaves. If they've got a little bit of a point, that seemed to work better, and then I could do it in a little knot. You know, you can do it in a little reef knot. And again, you know, it's a handy way of teaching how to tie knots and finger dexterity and all of those good things, isn't it? So some of the salty sticks were a lot firmer as well, so you know, you get to sort of look for these, you know, with a keen eye, if you like. So here I am doing it in a little reef knot. So yeah, left over right and then right over left, and you then just pop it in the lunchbox. So again, this is, you know, cheese, it's the protein, you've got a little bit of carbs, you've got the little sausage rolls, which are sort of like I said earlier, they're pork and apple, and then I think there is a little bit of cider in there. So do check the ingredients on the packaging. So we're now doing the third one, and again we'll just wrap it with the chives. You can leave this bit off if you want, but I just thought it finished it off better. And you know, you could make a whole platter of these. You know, if you've got people around and you just want nibbly bits or whatever on the table, you could really theme it and go to town. And I've also made a playlist of autumn ideas, seasonal ideas, so do check the links above for all of the video links. And there you've got your 3 broomsticks. So we're going to pop those in the lunchbox, and then we're going to move on to chopping up the little hog roast rolls. So these were really easily made with salty sticks, the chives and the cheese strings. Now I have got some really exciting news to share. I have been working hard behind the scenes. I'm going to be doing a masterclass really soon with all of my top tips to just help get you back on track, help eradicate or reduce the amount of overwhelm that you feel when it comes to packing lunches, because I know how busy it can get, and I see in the comments everyone's getting busier and busier. The schools, you know, it's getting more and more demanding, and you know, it's, as a parent, it's just challenging to stay on top of stuff, and you never know when the kids are going to come home and suddenly they're not going to like whatever food you've packed in the lunchbox, and actually, hang on a minute, they've been eating that, what's going on? So I'm going to be running a masterclass really soon, so do make sure you do the action points below so that you're on the mailing list, because that's where I'm going to announce it. So you've got to be on the mailing list, and every week I try and get out a newsletter with some more top tips, and again, it's just kind of keeping you on track, because I know how easy it is to fall off and just pack a sandwich, a chocolate bar, a bag of crisps and an apple. And you know, we want to help teach our kids variety, and for ourselves as well, because there's nothing worse, is there, than opening up the lunchbox and it's a soggy sandwich or something like that. So do make sure you do the action points below. Do make sure you click the link and get on the mailing list, because that's where I'm going to announce the next masterclass, which will be free, and that's where I'm going to show a lot more tips all in the one place. It's just going to be a really quick masterclass. I'll make sure that there's times when it's going to be convenient for you to show up, because I know how busy we all are, so you know, and I know how precious your time is as well. So I just want to make sure that everything I share is going to be as helpful and useful as possible, because it's all about putting the fun back into packed lunches. So can't wait to see you in the masterclass. I'm getting nervous, but you know, that's just how we kind of help serve and help deliver things. So really hoping you're going to be there. So do the next thing, which is make sure you're on the mailing list, and click the links here, because there's loads more content on the channel. And so back to the hog roast. Now these are too big to fit in, and you'll notice that there's a lot of mini lunchbox ideas on this channel, so I've cut these in half. Do check the link above for the mini lunchbox ideas, because there is a big playlist. So we're just going to squeeze these in, top and tail them. We've got another one that we're going to cut in half as well, just because, you know, we need to fit it all in the lunchbox, and that's the most appealing way of doing it. This is a compartment lunchbox. Obviously, if you had a different lunchbox, you wouldn't need to cut them all up, but I wanted to do this idea in the Yumbox original. Mini cheddars. We get these in little bags. What I like about mini cheddars is you'll find very few of them actually broken in the pack. There's just occasionally one that's broken, but it fits neatly into one of the compartments. I love Greek olives and feta, so I'm going to put that into the middle compartment. I mean, you could say this is almost like a charcuterie lunchbox idea for a keen gardener, or it could be, you know, for a child. It doesn't matter. And I think, you know, the beauty of these lunchboxes is that they can be packed for anyone. Now we've got some really fresh kiwis here. I noticed in the supermarket they were selling these as sort of ripe ones, so I like to peel them. Let me know in the comments below if you actually, do you eat the skin? I saw somewhere online that some people eat the skin, but I like to peel them. Now if this is for an adult one, then I would just slice it up in the rings. I mean, it's really pretty, isn't it? I do like the pattern. I mean, nature is amazing. But if it's for a little person, then I would definitely cut these up and quarter them so that, you know, but a kiwi does fit neatly into the lunchbox. So you can see if I leave it in the rings, it just fits perfectly into that, you know, where the silicone cupcake case is. But it could be any fruit of your choice. It's just I had these left over from when I did the Frankenstein, the cute monster idea a couple of weeks ago, where the entire lunchbox was green. So you can see chopping them up into quarters. It just makes it a lot easier to graze on the lunchbox. So this could easily be for an adult as well. And just make sure that you add a little pick. I'll make sure all the links are below if you did want to check out any of the lunchbox kit that I use. It's all below in the description box, so you can always, you know, just check out those links. But there you have it, really quick and easy, little bit fiddly, but you know, it could be an activity around the table, couldn't it, where you just reconnect with your kids and, you know, just take that time to have those precious moments, because the kids are young for such a short time and it's just really fun to do things like this. So we're going to do the quick test. If you're curious, you know, what does happen when you put it in a young box and shake it around as if it's being kicked around in the playground, and you'll see when I open it up, can you see that? Nothing has moved at all because of the silicone seal in the lid. These are great lunch boxes. I'm not paid to say any of this, but you know, the broomsticks are still intact, which is just amazing. They're such fun. So I shall definitely be making a platter of these, and I encourage you to share in the links, but share in the comments any creations that you make, because I do love to see what you create, how you get inspired, and if you're as excited about food as I am. So what do you think? Do you think you'll try it? Really hope you like the idea, really hope it inspires you to take a look around, see what else is on the channel. There's lots of links above, and I make sure that I detail out in the description box exactly, you know, what is inside the lunchbox. But you know, sometimes I'll make them in this one, sometimes you can see the lunchbox here, I'll make it in this one, and you know, it's all about putting the fun back into packed lunches. So really hope you like this idea, and if you did, be sure to stick around. YouTube thinks you're going to like these ones next, so if you do like it, please give us a thumbs up or comment. We really love to hear from you, and see you in the next video.